What we have studied last class? Good afternoon, all of you.
Nucleus.
So, as we have studied in last class, what is nucleus and how the nucleus is present, what is the things are present inside the nucleus, that is. So, as we comes to know, the first point which we have studied regarding nucleus is present in which shape, Ra? Nucleus is present in? What is the shape?
Circle or oval.
Correct or not?
Circle, sir.
Yeah, it is present spherical.
Yes, sir.
And it is present in where? Actually, it is the biggest organelle of the cell.
Sir, in plant cell middle, sir.
So it is the
Plant cell middle and in
biggest organelle of the animal cell or plant cell. So if you consider here, one is called
Yes,
as
sir.
plant cell and another one is called as animal cell. In these two, what is animal cell and what is plant cell? This is called as animal
sir,
cell.
this is animal cell, sir.
So animal cell, the nucleus is present exactly at the.
Sir, I have doubt, sir.
Yeah, ask me, Johan.
Sir, in this cell there is no endoplasmic reticulum and ribosome, sir.
No, it is not there. I will say you that we will discuss. You don't worry. Wait.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So actually, that is all ribosomes and all will present. It is in the cells, but it is not studying in class 8. That is why they have not mentioned in this picture. Do you understand? Because you will get confused.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, ribosomes means in the sense of like this, it will be present. Is it yes or no? Correct? So
Yes,
this
yes,
all the
that is
structures-
endoplasmic reticulum, sir. Ribosome circle, sir.
because we are not going to study here. That is the reason they have not mentioned. But okay, we'll just the definitions.
But in book they have gave, sir, and
Yeah,
gave definitions.
I have seen already. So now if you observe here, this is called as nucleus. Nucleus is called as the biggest organelle of the plant cell as well as animal cell. And in animal cell, it has been located at where? At the center of the cell.
Center.
Yes. And if you observe here, the black colored dots which has been observed here, this is called as what? Cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm.
So cytoplasm and the nucleus has been separated by a wall, some kind of wall. That wall is called as what?
Nuclear membrane.
Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. Do you understanding? So both it is present even plant cell and this is called as animal cell. But in plant cell, the nucleus is present some side to the wall. Is it yes or no? It is not exactly
Yes, sir,
located
peripheral.
at the middle, which is present at the where it is present.
Peripheral.
Understand? Somewhere at the side of the wall. Now, if you consider all the activities of the cell has been carried by whom? All the cell activities of the cell. Nucleus only. So that is why you have to remember. So in the plant cells, the nucleus may be on the near to the edge. That near to the edge is only we should call as peri-peri. What we should call? Peri-peri. Do you understanding? Near to the edge.
Sir, PH, no, sir.
P.
E-R-I-P-H-A-R-Y.
P-E-R-I-P-H-E-R-Y.
Yes, sir. PH.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Peri-peri.
Periphery.
Okay. Peri-peri means near to side. Do you understand, Ra? That
Yes,
now, here also you can see this is called as cytoplasm and this is called as nucleus. So here we are having some kind of wall which has been separating the cytoplasm and nucleus. That is what we should call as nuclear membrane.
Nuclear
Understand,
membrane.
ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any doubt you can ask
Yes,
me. Vartini, you also you can speak. You be very freely you can, because last class I have taught that you may not understand, but you can try to understand it. Now, inside this nucleus, we have some kind of a spherical, like a ball kind of structures. What is this called as?
Nucleolus.
Nucleolus. Do you understanding? So in plant cells and animal cells, both we have this nucleolus. You can observe here. Now, inside that we have some kind of thread-like structures which is involving in transformation of
Chromosomes.
new cells from means parent cells to the offsprings. This kind of thread-like structures, what we should call chromosomes. Chromosomes. So these chromosomes only will main the key role while we are generating the offsprings from the parent cell. Is it yes or no? Yes. So that is what you have to remember. So these chromosomes which are present like thread-like snakes, like thread-like structures which called as chromosomes, which has only we can see when when we can see these chromosomes only when the cell when the cell divides. Understand? A single cell, when the single cell is going to divide into two cells, during that cell division only we can able to see these chromosomes which are present inside the cell. Do you understand? Inside the nucleus. Understand? Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now, here if you observe, these chromosomes are called as units of inheritance. Correct or not, Johan? The process of
Yes, sir.
getting the offsprings from the parents means transforming the characteristics of a parent to the offsprings is only called as inheritance. Yes or no? The
Sir, it is a
transmission
separate
of-
chapter itself in my sister's book, sir.
yeah. That is separate chapter, genes. Yes or no? That is what.
Yes, sir.
So, the transmission of these transmission of characteristics from the parents to the offsprings is only called as what? Inheritance. Yes or no? So this inheritance, that is why we can say these chromosomes are the units of inheritance, because in inheritance who is involving? These chromosomes only. Correct or not? So that is why we can say chromosomes are the units of inheritance. What we should call?
Units of inheritance.
Units of inheritance. So what is the meaning of inheritance? What is the meaning of inheritance? Ready? Vartini? What is the meaning of inheritance? Just now I have taught you, correct? You cannot say. The transmission of characteristics. Suppose you see, whatever the characteristics you
From
have.
the parents to the offspring.
Yes. Suppose your parents' characteristics is coming to yours. Your characteristics will go to your offsprings. Like their characteristics like their offsprings. Like that. The transmission of these characteristics is only called as what? From the parents to the offspring.
Inheritance.
Only called as
Inheritance.
So in this transformation, who will involve key role? Who will place a role in this inheritance? Nucleus.
Inheritance site, chromosome nucleus.
Yes, nucleus means inside nucleus some thread-like structures are there. Who is that?
Chromosomes.
Chromosomes.
Yes, sir, that only, sir.
This chromosomes is only very
Helping
they will
to-
play a key role in transmission of these characteristics of or qualities of parents to the offspring. That is why we can call them as units of inheritance. Now, these chromosomes, they have some kind of substance called as genes. What we should call? Genes.
Genes.
Alessandra. So we can observe they have these chromosomes contain a genes which is transforming from parents to the offsprings. Is it yes or no? Correct or
sir.
not? And the round-like structures which are present inside the nucleus along with the chromosomes, that is what we should call as what?
Nucleus.
Nucleolus.
Correct or not? Now, coming to the genes, what is the spelling of genes, Johan? G-E-N-E-S. G-E-N-E-S, correct? G-E-N-E-S,
Yes, sir.
genes. What is the singular form of genes? Gene.
Inheritance.
Gene.
So gene, what is this gene? Can anybody define gene?
Sir, sir, if our father have a heredity problem, we also have that heredity problem, sir, because this problem comes from genes, sir.
Okay. So what is the meaning of gene means? This gene is present inside where, Johan? Vartini?
Nucleus.
Cells.
Gene is present inside the nucleus, but not in nucleus. Inside some more substance is there. What is that?
Chromosomes.
Understand it? So, chromosomes. These chromosomes contains these genes. That is why you can see these chromosomes are called as units of inheritance. Yes or no? Inheritance. So, if chromosomes are called as units of inheritance, then genes also called as what? Genes also called as
Units of
what?
inheritance.
Units of
of
inheritance. That is what the definition of understanding gene. A gene is a unit of inheritance in living organisms. Do you understanding, all of you? Please, all of you, write
Yes,
the
sir.
definition of gene. G and gene. What is that? It is a unit
Unit
of
of inheritance.
inheritance. Unit of inheritance in living organisms. Living organisms. And which is transforming from where to where? Which is transforming? Transforms from?
From parent cell
Which is
to daughter.
transferred from a parent to offspring during reproduction. During reproduction. Determines some characteristic features of the offsprings. Means some characteristics which are having by the parents, same thing will come to the children, means offspring. That is what we should call as gene. Understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what like Shruti said, the heredity problems, like father is having heredity problems, baby also going to get heredity problems. So, these genes only, they will controls the transfer of hereditary characteristics from parents to offspring. Do you understanding all of you? So, our parents, suppose you can take, pass on some of their characteristic features to us through their genes only. So, whatever the characteristics of my parents having, suppose they want to give my characteristics to me, my babies, how I can give? Only through these genes only. Do you understand all of you?
Yes, sir.
Say the examples also. Let us discuss. All of you write first. Gene. What is gene?
It is a unit of inheritance. It is a unit of inheritance in living
Living
organism.
organisms. Understanding? And you write. Bracket you can write. Right. Which is transformed from a parent to offspring. Which is transformed. Which is
Transformed
transformed. From whom to whom already? Transformed
parents to the offspring.
Parents. From parents to offsprings.
Offspring.
Parents to offsprings. When? During
During cell division.
offspring. During reproduction. Offsprings during reproduction. Understanding all of you? Means in the process of producing the new babies. Reproduction and determines what their genes will determine. Determine the few characteristics of parents.
Parents.
Determine some characteristic features of the determines some characteristic features of the features of the offsprings. What is that? Offsprings. That is why you can see. Suppose Johan, you may notice it, or else everybody. Suppose your relative, somebody get a new baby. Immediately they will say that, like, he looks like a mother, he looks like a father,
Yes, sir.
he looks
Yes,
like
sir.
a grandfather. Like that we used to discuss. Have you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
That is what
Yes,
is
sir.
happening.
Sir,
That is only.
sir, I have a doubt,
How
sir.
these looks? Yes, tell me, Johan.
Sir, most of the heredity problem will come from fathers or mothers, sir.
We cannot say that actually. Suppose you see, father is black, mother is black. Is it a guarantee of get that baby will get black color? We don't know, because it may be depend upon our their grandparents. So we cannot decide it. That is the problem. Actually, genes will transform from either mother side or father side. We cannot say correctly. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That is why we cannot decide. For example, let us take some diseases will be transferred, some characteristics, some heredited, some means what is inherited, like instead of received from our parents, which are responsible for our various body features. For example, let us discuss. So these genes which are present on the chromosomes, which will decide all the sort of things about us. For example, the color of our eyes, the look of our hair, the shape of our nose, our complexion, our appearance, how I am appearing, everything is example of what? Coming from our parents. Do you understanding all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You understanding or not? So everything,
Yes, sir.
whatever
Yes,
we
sir.
are inherited or received, everything from our parents only. Suppose I am looking like this today, and you people are looks like this. Reddy looks like this. Johan looks like this. Means that is the characteristics which has been inherited. What is the meaning of inherited, Shruti? Vartini?
Sir,
Inherited means received. Understanding? Inherited means received. Understand? So this all the
received from the
characteristics
parents to the offspring.
is from our parents only. Suppose my hair is like this. If you go to the foreign, their hair won't be black. Most of the cases, is it yes or no? Their hair will be like gray color. Correct or not? So because their parents are like that, their parents is only coming. Suppose you see somebody is having blue eyes. Most of us having black eyes. Somebody is having very light color eyes. This is all coming from where? Coming from parents only. Do you understand all of you? How our
Yes, sir.
appearance is there, how I am looking, that is representing from my parents. That is why you can see when the baby borns, immediately we can say, he looks like grandfather, he looks like mother, he looks like father, his cheeks are like this, his nose is similar to father. Like that we can discuss. Have you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
Like we can say he's exactly Xerox copy of yours, like that people used to discuss in our surroundings. Have you remember? That is all. Because of what? Because of genes only. Do you understand, Ra? So whatever it is, the genes inherited from our parents, which are responsible for all these various bodies, understanding body features like color of the body, color of our eyes, looks of our hair, shape of our nose, everything, our complexion, our appearance, etc., etc. All this has been taken from where? Taken from
Our parents.
It has been received or inherited. Please, all of you note this word. Important word. Inherited or received. Both the meaning is same. Biology, you have to use a word called as inherited. Understanding? Inherited. Inherited. What is the meaning of inherited? Received. Both are same. Understand? Ready? Vartini, respond. I am not hearing your voice. Received or inherited. So these genes only, everything will place a characteristics of this one, transforming of characteristics from parents to offspring. Now, for example, let us take example like Shruti said, sir, father is having inheritance. Then what is the heredity problem? Then it is coming from parent side or mother side. She's asked. For example, let us take. If our father has a brown eyes, father having a brown eyes, we may also have brown eyes. I'm not saying exactly make them 100%. Having a chances, having a possibility. Do you understand, all of you? So, if our father has brown eyes, then we may also have brown eyes, because the gene of brown eye color coming from where? Coming from father. Do you understand? That is why you can see brown color eyes is very rarely present. Have you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
So if father is having what kind of eyes? Brown eyes. Brown eye. Then baby is also having what? Baby is also having a chance. Understanding? Having a chance of getting what? Getting brown eyes. Because if suppose he is getting the brown eyes, means in the sense of what? The gene, the brown eye gene is transforming. Understanding? Is transforming from whom? From parent to, from father to baby. Do you understanding that? Somebody is having blue eyes. Have you noticed it? Blue eyes. So this blue eyes is having. So this blue eyes there means then the blue gene. Gene is a what? Singular form of genes. Do you understanding, Ra? So many genes will transform. Gene is a singular form, and genes is a what? Genes is a plural form. So gene, a blue color gene, brown gene is transformed from father. That is why the baby is also having a chance of getting brown eyes. Is it yes or no? Yes? Now you can see. Suppose how many of you seen African people? African people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In our school also somebody is having African people. Their hair is not like our normal hair, correct? Our hair
it is very curled, sir.
Our hair is very silky and even very soft to touch, but their hair is even looks very embarrassing, correct? Very rings, it is used to form like a curly hair, rounds and all used to form, correct or not?
And they will be very black, sir.
Black in color, that is also. So if you'll observe here, if our mother having curly hair, if suppose your mother is having curly hair, then we may also inherit curly hair through the genes coming from the mother. That is what. So like this different combination of genes from both the parents and means parents in the sense of what? Father and mother result in different characteristics in the offsprings. I cannot say exactly all characteristics from parent, all from mother. Mother is came from some family, father is came from some family. Is it yes or no? Yes or no? So mother is from some family and parent is from some other family. So their characteristics is different. Their characteristics is different. Now these both will involve in the reproduction. So new baby, new offspring will come. Some characteristics from parent, some from means parent in the sense of father, and some from mother. Some fellows you can see the more characteristics can inbuilt from mother, and some very less characteristic from father side. Have you noticed it? And some offspring
Yes, sir.
will get most of the characteristics from father side and very less characteristics from mother side. So that is we cannot decide. So depend upon the family, means what kind of characteristics are present in the parent, like father and mother. Something will be coming. Different characteristics will combine, and that is only we can see new characteristics in the every offspring. That is what we can call as. That is why you can see, suppose for example I can say somebody, suppose some family are a robber family, we can say them it is coming from your genes, like that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Have you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
Basically, we can say somebody, those who are robbing every time, we can say them that is your genes itself. Basically, generally, we can say, correct or not, ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
sir.
is because our life process has been transferred. If we take 100, suppose you can see. Now Johanny has been migrated to Africa. 2 centuries he has been lived. 3rd century, 4th century, 500 years he has been lived there. Then definitely his offsprings also will turn into black color. Do you understand, Johan, what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because
Sir.
our atmosphere, do you understand? Our atmosphere will influence our change of our metabolism. That is why genes characteristics also is transformed from understanding one generation to another generation.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my father know to draw, sir. Like that, I also know to draw, sir. Very well.
Drawing?
Pencil drawings and all.
Oh, pencil drawing.
My father will also draw.
Oh, your father is a good artist, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh, then you also very good artist.
Yes, sir. My mother will say you get from the thought from your
Oh, that
father
is
only.
not really, it is true. But you can see, I cannot say some all the things. Suppose you can see, my father is illiterate. He's my grandfather, their grandfather, everybody is illiterate. But I am a literate fellow. I cannot say that it is came from genes, but actually it is true. It came from genes only. My father is not he's not an educator. He's not studied, but his education knowledge, understanding society and calculating interest, rate of interest and all, with words itself he will do. Like we can take the money lending, we can give the money to the other people, we can collect what is the income for my year, this month, what is the profit in this crop, how much we have invested, everything he can note it down. That is what we should call as what? Education. Do you understand, all of you? So that is only it has been came to me. And some fellows you can see, they will born even very fair, even the parents are very black. How it will be happen? Because maybe their grandparents, somebody like mother side or father side, somewhere they may be having a color like fair color. So it may be the gene has been transferred. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Like that, somebody exactly you can see, suppose we can say in my village, people will say I am exactly similar to my Chinnappa, like in the sense of my father's brother. Actually, he has been passed out when he is in a class 7. Actually, he is an educator. He has been passed some situations. Because of some situations, he has been passed away. But exactly they will say me after 10-15 years, my father married, and they will say me, you are similar. I have not seen my Chinnappa, like a small father. What you can call Tamil? Chinnappa only, correct?
Chinnappa.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I
sir.
have not seen him, but they will say me, you are almost similar to him. Means in the sense of what? I have not received the characteristics of appearance from my mother's side. Is it yes or no? I have received from my father's side only. Do you understand, all of you? That is what. For example, you see, our family, whatever you eat, every day you will eat. Every day you will eat this much fat also directly. Our body will be like this only. We will never become thin. We will never become getting a stomach and like a belly, becoming over fat, and all. It will never happen in my family. My grandfather, even before death also, he will be like this one. And me, I am also like this one. So even though our family, our father also, now also he is, even he is 55 years, he will still like this one. So we cannot, even see all our family members is close to 6 feet. That is what? That is only we should call it as gene. What we should call? It is coming from gene. Do you understand it? So actually you can see why we are not becoming fat, or why we are not becoming fat, because of our all family is from agriculture based. Every time hard working, every time working in sunlight, there is no Sunday, Saturday and all. But maybe my future generations may become fat because now I am relaxing, correct? I am not working in agriculture field. So that slowly my next generation, maybe height also may decreases, understanding, and maybe they may become fat also, because my wife's side, they are little bit not agriculture based family, and they're little bit even fatty and all, so a little bit chubby, they looks like a chubby, so that my babies also may get that character. That is what we should call it as gene, the transformation of characteristics from either mother side or from father side, which will result in both will mix some characteristics from understanding father, some characteristics from mother. That is what we can say, different combinations of genes from both mother and father will result in different characteristics in the offspring. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? That is what we should call it as gene. Anybody is having any doubt, please ask me. Do you understand what is gene?
Yes, sir. Understand.
So if you'll understand this gene before entering into the mitochondria, I think we are not going to start mitochondria today. So we are going to study the next one, very, very important one, which is called as protoplasm. Please write it. Protoplasm.
Protoplasm. That's a living organ of cell.
Yeah, very, very important one. This is definitely this question will come. Even I will prepare question paper, or somebody will prepare question paper. Even +1, +2 also, 10th class also. Protoplasm is most important one. Understand, all of you? So what is this protoplasm means? Whatever the living matter inside a cell, whatever the living matter present inside a cell is called as what?
Protoplasm.
Protoplasm. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Vartini, are you understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, respond, communicate. See how Shruti is speaking. You have to be like that. You have to speak more. Understand? That is what, right? All the living matter in a cell, what we should call, Johan?
Sir, all the protoplasm.
Yeah, all the living matter in where? In cell is called protoplasm. So protoplasm. Now, who will control this? How it is made up of? That is all we'll discuss now. So for example, if you can consider, understand. So this protoplasm is a solid, liquid, or gas. Can anybody say what it is?
Solid.
Is it a solid or a liquid or a gas?
Sir, liquid,
Solid.
sir.
It is a liquid substance. What it is called as? It is a
Liquid.
protoplasm is a liquid substance. Where it is present, Johan? Reddy will say. It is a liquid substance present inside where? Inside cell membrane. Is it yes or no? Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Ulre?
For that we can say cell, no, sir.
Yes, that is what we can say. Protoplasm is a liquid substance which is present inside cell membrane. Present inside cell membrane. So now, by this time you may understand. Inside cell, what kind of substance are present, Johan? Inside
Sir,
cell.
all liquid
present?
cells, sir.
Huh?
Liquid substance.
If you take this, suppose let me take animal cell. What kind of substance present inside? Are you able to see the cytoplasm? Are you able to see the
Yes, sir.
cytoplasm? Are you able to see the
Yes, sir.
nucleus?
Yes,
Are you able
sir.
to see the nucleus?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see the
Yes, sir.
vacuoles? Are you able to see the
Yes,
vacuoles?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Everything
sir.
is called as protoplasm. Do you understanding? Everything together.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Together.
Then cell is also known as protoplasm,
Yeah.
no, sir.
So this mitochondria, even plant cell, if you take chlorophyll, understand chloroplast, which contains chlorophyll, this big vacuole, small vacuoles, everything is together. What we should call?
Protoplasm.
That's all. So please write it.
Yes,
Cell
sir.
membrane, which is present inside the cell membrane. So protoplasm includes what? Includes.
Includes
What is that inside? Something is present.
Living cells.
Living cells. What is that? Nucleus.
nucleus, mitochondria,
Middle. Cytoplasm. Very good.
cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm and other organelles.
Organelles.
Now she will say, what is that new girl name called as? I forgot again.
Vardhini.
Vartini, what is organelles? Do you know or don't know? Please, can you able to tell me what is organelles? Vartini, respond me. So, what I'm saying, see, if you take this plant cell, if you take this animal cell, inside what contains, Vartini speak, it contains cytoplasm. Correct or not? It contains nucleus. It contains mitochondria. It contains vacuole. This all the substances is only called as what we should call protoplasm. Is it yes or no? Tell me, understand what?
Yes, sir.
So this protoplasm, and this is only this nucleus, this cytoplasm, and this mitochondria, everything. These are called as organelles. What we should call, Vartini? Organelles. Means are tiny structures of cell. The tiny structures of cell. Inside the cell, whatever the tiny structures are present, everything is called as organelles. Understand, Dhamma, Vartini?
Yes, sir.
Like nucleus, cytoplasm, understanding, etc., etc. Everything is called as organelles only. Means parts of cell is called as organelles. Will you able to remember or not? That's all. So now, this is all about the protoplasm. Now you can see, for example, Johan. So if you consider, this protoplasm is made up of only 4 elements. Can you able to say what is that elements names? Please. This protoplasm, everything. Protoplasm is made up of 4 elements. Protoplasm is made up of 4 elements. Can you able to say what is that elements?
Cell.
Understanding. Next one is oxygen. Next one is hydrogen and nitrogen. Please note it down. Very, very important. The protoplasm is made up of 4 elements. That is called as what? Carbon,
oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen.
Understanding, Ra? So, it also contains some other elements, but mainly it contains what? It only contains 4 these elements. That is called as carbon,
oxygen, hydrogen, and
so if we take inside this, these are called as elements. What we should call, Johan? These are called elements. Understanding? So some other also present, but we won't carry it. Some other elements also present. Other elements also present inside this. But if we take some compounds also present. Some compounds also present inside this protoplasm. Can you able to say what is the compound? First compound. Water. What is that called as? Water. Understanding? So this protoplasm also contains, understanding, some compounds like water, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, nucleic acids, and mineral salts. Please write it. The compounds present inside, this is called as elements. What we should call? Elements. Compounds present, water, carbohydrates. Actually, photosynthesis, which will produce, Johan? Photosynthesis, I have taught you last time.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbohydrates only. What is the formula? Glucose. Simple carbohydrate called as glucose. C6H12O6. This is only called as glucose. So this is also present inside the cytoplasm. Understand? Sorry, this is protoplasm. So water, carbohydrates, proteins. Please note it down. Very important. Proteins. Understanding? Amino acids, fats, everything. Write it. Amino acids, proteins, fats. Actually, amino acids only will turn into proteins. Understand, Johan? Ready?
Yes, sir.
Amino acids only will transform into proteins. That is how you have studied in class 7th. Actually, proteins will produce these proteins will be synthesized by some carbohydrate is transformed into what? These amino acids. Amino acids only turns into proteins. That is why you can say nucleic acids and mineral salts. Nucleic acids and mineral salts. What is that? Mineral salt. So this all contains what? These are the compounds which are present in where? These are the compounds which are present in where?
Protoplasm.
Protoplasm. And elements, what is the elements present? 4 elements. Ready? What are that? Carbon,
oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen.
This is all about protoplasm. Any doubt, anybody? Nucleic acid spelling you can write nucleic acid. What is that? NuCleic. NuCleic. Nucleic acids. Understanding? And
so 1 minute, sir.
So this is called as protoplasm. Okay, you can write it. Protoplasm.
Sir, can you
Understand?
scroll down, sir?
Yeah, okay.
Nucleic acid. Yes, sir.
Yes, you can observe. This unique combination of elements and compounds provide living nature to protoplasm. That is what you have to understand. So the combination of these elements plus compounds mixed together, then only they will provide living nature to protoplasm. That is a very important point. Write it. A unique combination of elements and compounds. A unique combination. A unique combination. A unique combination of elements and
Compound.
elements and compounds will give what? Will give
Protoplasm.
living nature to protoplasm. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Living nature to protoplasm. This is what we should call as protoplasm and the nucleus. Any doubt, anybody, please ask me. So if you'll understand this, then last concept we will go into our today's class. That is what our main concept, that is only called as mitochondria. What we should call?
Mitochondria.
Correct or not? So what is this mitochondria? Observe in this picture and you can
Our
tell.
house of cells.
No. If you'll observe mitochondria, there looks like a rod. Is it yes or no? There looks like a small structures called as rods. Yes or no, all of you? So mitochondria means which will be looks like this. If I zoom it, the picture will be like this. This is called as mitochondria. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are the rod-like structures. What is mitochondria? Please, all of you keep reading. Mitochondria. What is the spelling mitochondria? Mitochondrian or mitochondria you can write. Mitochondria. M-I-T-O, mito. M-I-T-O, mitochondria. C-H-O.
Chondria.
Chondria. Is it correct or not? Mitochondria.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So now,
Yes,
if you
sir.
observe in these pictures, what is this mitochondria means? Mitochondria are the tiny rod-shaped or spherical organelles which found in all the cells, both plant cells and as well as animal cells.
Animal cells.
Understanding, all of you? That is what the
Yes,
called
sir.
as mitochondria. So mitochondria are what? Mitochondria are what? Rod-like structure.
Rod-like structure.
Rod or spherical-like structure.
Spherical-like structures which are present in both the cells. You can see here also present. Is it yes or no?
Animal cell also.
Yeah,
Yes,
animal
sir.
cells and plant cells. So what is the function of this mitochondria means? Only one function which will provide energy for all the activities of the cell. Do you understand, all of you? So the energy which is produced by the process of respiration in which the food is broken down by oxygen, understanding, has been absorbed. It will be produced the energy. So every action of cell, they will get the energy from where? From mitochondria only. Do you understand, all of you? So that is why we can
Yes,
say
sir.
mitochondria is the source of energy. What we should call? Source of
Source
energy.
of energy.
So this mitochondria will use this glucose and oxygen which is produced in respiration reaction. Understand, all of you? Which is produced in
Yes, sir.
respiration reaction and
Respiration
will
reaction.
utilize it for the activities of the cell. That is why you can say mitochondria are the source of energy of the cell. Do you
The
understand?
powerhouse of cells.
Yeah. What?
Powerhouse of
Yeah,
cells.
powerhouses of the cell. Understand? So these mitochondria found in large number in cytoplasm in all the cells. Where it is present, very large
In all
number
the cells.
in cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm only, they are like floating substances you can observe. That is called as mitochondria. They are called as what? Powerhouses of the
Mitochondria.
cell. Understand, all of you? Powerhouses, because they will utilize two substances. What is that? Glucose. Understanding? Glucose and
Glucose.
oxygen, which has been produced in the respiration, and they will utilize it for the what? Releasing energy, produce energy. Understanding? Produce energy for cell activities.
So they play a major role in photosynthesis.
Major role. If not, energy cannot be produced. Not photosynthesis,